All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Goldfish Boys. My name is
Goldfish.
I swear, if you interrupt me, unless you always do this. You always do this.
Wait, do you just want to run it back?
No, I'm just kidding. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Goldfish Boys. I'm Seth,
I'm Elijah.
and this is
Goldfish.
Boys.
Woo!
All right.
Road trip.
Remember when you got in my car? This weekend we were on a road trip, and Elijah gets in my car, and he's like, "Road trip."
Road trip.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
We enjoyed seeing our boys Prackett and Beebs.
Brack and Beebs, shout out.
This weekend at A&M. Go Aggies.
Saeed.
If y'all haven't been to A&M, you should go. It's like a different culture there.
Oh yeah.
It was real nice.
All right. You said that your work was nice and easy today.
Dude, it was really easy. So what we did, for those that you don't know, I know most of you probably aren't in the trades, which you should join the trades, Local 142, all your plumbing and pipe fitting needs. Basically, there's a lot of safety work that you have to do in the trades. The safety dude is always on us about, wear your gloves, wear your hard hats, don't put your fingers in there and stuff like that. And so this morning for 6 hours, all we did was read over paperwork about what we can and can't do. So it was a real chill day at work. I'm glad we're doing this pod today.
That's what we're potting about today.
I pretty much only did 1 hour of plumbing work today, so real nice. Good money.
Yeah, can't wait to go over the safety stuff that you just went over here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're running through it again.
All right. Today we are running the most anticipated films of 2025.
Woo!
Hopefully by the end of this episode we'll have, I think, maybe like a top 5 that we'll rank.
Cool.
And I think at the end of the year, when we do the 2025 overview, we'll look back on our most anticipated.
I like that idea.
Maybe we could, I don't want to cheapen the way that we watch movies, but maybe a prediction rating in there. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go along. I have a list of 25 films that are going to come out within this calendar year.
Okay.
Criteria, some obviously aren't confirmed. We never know with delays. That's been very common recently, that some films will just be pushed back. Because
of the Rona, right?
We have 25 films here on my phone that we're going to go over. I'm thinking that, we're not going to be able to predict if some of these films are going to be pushed, but they're at least most of them are listed for 2025.
Okay.
Or have been announced, yada, yada. Right. Outside of these that I have here, what are some films that you're looking forward to yourself?
Sure, you just want me to. I just made a quick little, just a few of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not as involved in the new release game as Seth is, but I did compile just a few. I guarantee some of these are going to be on your list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should I still hit them? Okay.
Sure.
My number 5 that I did is Ballerina, the new John Wick.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. We both have loved the John Wick films.
Yeah. Are you a big fan of those movies?
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not like my favorite, but I like them a lot.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who doesn't like those movies, actually.
Yeah, they're just fun.
Yeah.
Now, do we know anything about, is John Wick, rising from the dead, or is it a prequel, or what? Do we know anything about that?
That's a good question. It takes place during the events of John Wick 3.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I believe during John Wick 3, I think there was hints of that. Like, there was a ballerina in the background.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. When he goes into the theater, and then there's some ballerinas on the stage.
How do you feel about, movie series when they do stuff like this, where they're the character, well, not to spoil John Wick 4, but he dies at the end. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about, series going back and being this happened during when he was still alive?
Yeah, I think it's all about intention, because talented filmmakers have proven that spin-offs, sequels, reboots even, can be good. The world is better with Blade Runner 2049 out in the world. I don't think you've seen it,
I
have
not.
Yeah, but
I believe you.
Fury Road.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, we could say, no more reboots.
Sure.
But Fury Road is the best in the franchise. It's the 4th one coming out, decades later. But it's the best one, and it's one of the best films ever made.
Sure.
With this film, I am a little skeptical.
Really? Why so?
I'm a big fan of Ana de Armas. I think she's a great actress. I think as an action star, I'm concerned as far as the physicality that she brings. Mm-hmm. I'm still looking forward to it, though. We'll just have to see.
Is she the lead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
I didn't even know that.
The ballerina, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. So is John Wick in it?
Right now, I'm looking at the cast list. He is.
He is in it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And he was in the trailer, I think. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen the trailer,
okay.
But I believe you. Who's the director? John Chu?
It's actually Len Wiseman.
Okay.
He did I believe it was Die Hard 4.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but okay.
You could take a look. He's also done what is this? One of the Underworld movies?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did the other ones?
And other what?
Other John Wick, sorry.
Chad Stahelski.
Really? Okay, he did those. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, Chad Stahelski. And
Okay.
those films are really well directed. They blend so many different genres. It's just a great piece of action cinema. I'm hoping that they could really expand the genre franchise, because that'd be great if we could just get more of these things.
That'd be cool.
What else do you have on your list?
So next up, number 4, I have Wake Up Dead Man and Knives Out.
Yes, I think
Very
this is
excited
like locked for both of our top 5s, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I'm like hyped about this.
Dude, I'm so hyped.
What did you think of Glass Onion?
Oh, I love Glass Onion.
Yeah.
I think a bold thing that I usually dislike in movies is when they put themselves or cement themselves in the time period that they're released in, right? Like you know, how, like both you and I are not like huge fans of like iPhones in movies, or like the reminder of like a contemporary setting,
or the whole cringy like tabs opening and news and all that.
Yeah, and like, intentionally using like modern like language and slang and whatnot. It kind of takes you out of the movie.
Okay.
For Glass Onion, I think it was one of the few times where that works. And I think that's Rian Johnson creating a modern version of those Agatha Christie novels as like commentary and like political satire related to that time. Obviously, Glass Onion, there are parallels with like Elon Musk and Edward Norton's character.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, so
I'm very excited for this one. I'm so here for any like well done mystery film. Like especially what's the lead dude's name? Craig.
Oh, Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig. Dude, I love him. Yeah. I want to see him in Queer. But I never got a chance to.
Same.
Very excited about that. Moving along my list, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Going to number 3, Michael.
Ooh,
which
okay.
is the biopic done by I don't know the director's name, but I know that he did some of my other favorite films, including Training Day, Equalizer 3, basically like a bunch of Denzel Washington films.
Yeah, Antoine Fuqua.
Okay. And he's known as a good director, right?
He's pretty well known, especially for Training Day and those movies. He did the Equalizer trilogy, as you mentioned.
Yes.
Also, he did Southpaw. Olympus Has Fallen.
Yeah.
A favorite across all dads in America.
Love it.
Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that film.
Did you know that the guy that's playing Michael Jackson is his nephew?
No, I did not.
And it's his only acting credit. Check it out.
Really?
His acting debut.
Really?
Never been
his
in anything.
Nephew.
Yeah.
Wow. That's gonna be your. Did you say his name is Jafar? Jafar.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So that movie's still Jafar away, but we'll see how that goes.
Oh. turn this into the Pun Boys. That's crazy. Yeah, I'll be interested to see like what the vibe is of that movie, and then also like if they dive into any with the like the allegations and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, since his nephew's in it, I have a feeling it's like family endorsed, and that means they probably won't. They'll just like ignore it, which is unfortunate.
It's so difficult just like thinking about even starting making this movie, because it's just so delicate. Like this is like the star of like the 20th century, right? 21st century. Oh man, that's tough. What else you got?
All right, number 2, Friendship.
I don't think I have this on mine.
No? Okay, so Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. A24. It comes out early. It's next month, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
This is so it's really rated high on Letterboxd, and I know a lot of people like who got the early screenings really liked it. Tim Robinson, I'm a huge fan of his comedy. It's like super absurd. Anybody who's seen what's his show? Do you know what it's called on Netflix? It's all the skits.
No, it says I think you should leave. There it is. Mm-hmm.
So good. And from what I've heard, it like balances the like seriousness of understanding like male friendship and how like weird it can be, while also being super funny and like super absurd. So I'm very excited about that. What do you know about that one?
I literally just heard about it just now.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea.
I'm hyped for this one.
Really? Yeah. I'm surprised that it's on like number 2. So you're really are you just a huge fan of Tim Robinson?
I'm a huge fan of both of those actors.
Yeah, okay.
And then also it's A24. I like A24 stuff. Plus I'm interested in like the concept that it's going to explore too, cuz like male friendship can be weird, and like I understand like like us two.
Yeah.
Like male friendship can be weird.
Maybe they have a podcast themselves.
Yeah, maybe they do. Okay, and then moving on to my number 1.
Okay.
Can you guess my number 1? I think you can.
You think I can?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we'll reveal it at the end of the episode.
Let's do that. Yeah.
I think I know exactly what it is.
I think you do. Wait.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so listeners, if you know me, guess what my favorite movie anticipated movie of 2025 is going to be in the comments right now.
Yeah, go ahead and let us know.
We'll see if you're right.
Go ahead and send us a text.
All right, so just go ahead and dig into yours.
I think we could just end the episode right here.
Yeah.
We all know. Oh man, I'm looking at it right now. I'm excited for that one,
Dude, yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be juicy.
I'm hyped.
All right, so you named the couple that I'm going into. I'm thinking. Let's start with some of the obvious ones that are going to come out soon. Thunderbolts.
Yes.
Jake. I can't pronounce that last name, but how's your excitement level with this one?
For the Thunderbolts?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know a thing about it. The only thing I know is that our friend Candy has told us that it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
He said it looks good. I trust his word. I don't really. I like Marvel, but not the recent stuff, and so I don't. I haven't looked into it.
Did you see any of the marketing material for this?
I did not.
So there's a trailer that they released that like. I don't know if like ruffling a few feathers is the right phrase to use, but it definitely got some attention.
Really?
And
how come?
What they did was they did a trailer that highlighted the crew that worked on Thunderbolts.
Really?
And it was a bunch of people that had worked on A24 movies.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like this guy that worked on The Green Knight, this guy that worked on this A24 movie, this person that worked on this A24 movie. That's all involved with Thunderbolts. And people were like, "Is this like Marvel trying to convince us that this is like a real movie now? Like they're actually trying now?"
Really?
And it's just interesting. You should definitely check it out when you get a chance.
Okay. Who's in this?
Okay, so it's all people from movies from Phase 4 or from the series that they've been releasing.
Okay.
Florence Pugh is Yelena Bolova.
Okay. I didn't know she was in it, to be honest.
Okay, yeah, you really haven't seen any. Cause she's like.
I also haven't seen any of the Marvel shows or anything. Like I don't know anything. Yeah.
Wait, so you don't know what Florence Pugh? She was in Black Widow.
Yes. Yeah. I know that. Yeah.
Okay. Sebastian Stan.
Okay. He's
Winter
great.
Soldier. Yeah.
I never saw The Apprentice from this last year, but I want to. He played Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you watch Captain America?
Brave New World?
No, sorry. The Falcon and the Soldier is the one I'm thinking of.
The show?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Wyatt Russell, this guy, he plays the U.S. agent in that show.
Okay.
He's going to be in it.
I've seen him.
Taskmaster from the Black Widow.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's in it. And then you also have a highlight, David Harbour from Black Widow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is the...
I loved David Harbour. Okay. David Harbour also in Violent Night, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Yeah. I'm to the point where Marvel stuff doesn't excite me unless it's like people say it's exciting, which is Fantastic Four, which you might talk about, and then also I think this is 2026, but Dr. Doomsday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
With Thunderbolts, I am interested in it, not just because of like the people working on it, but also it's more grounded, and I just like this like wild bunch, like Florence Pugh, Sebastian Stan, David Harbour. Like these are good
actors,
names, man. I'm really excited for it.
Cool.
It could be a flop. It could be incredible. Who knows? I think it looks fun. Yeah. So that's something to bookmark.
Okay.
Probably not like gonna be in our top 5 most anticipated, but a good note.
Still fun, yeah.
Okay, I said 25. Let's just kind of just blaze through some of these auteur ones. Okay. Frankenstein adaptation.
Saw it. Okay.
Guillermo del Toro.
Okay.
Starring Oscar Isaac as Frankenstein.
Ooh.
Jacob Elordi as the creature.
Ooh, that looks intriguing.
Yeah, and Christoph Waltz is also in it as well.
Okay.
Do you have any experience with Del Toro?
I don't.
No.
With those names of actors, I think I'm gonna like that. I'm also a horn dog for Frankenstein movies or like monster movies, Poor Things, stuff like that.
There you go.
I love that stuff.
Okay. Richard Linklater is coming out with a movie that's following the production of a French New Wave film. It's a really popular movie.
Okay.
That's like popular with film students and people that cinephiles. I don't think you've heard of it though. It's this French film called Breathless.
Okay, no, I have not.
Yeah, but that's his next one.
Running through or following the production of a French New Wave film.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. So and remind me, French Wave is like 40s.
French New Wave. It's
French
around there. Yeah, sure. About
there. Okay.
It's called, and I'm sorry for butchering this. It's Nouvelle Vague, I think.
Okay, interesting. Linklater, I love Linklater. Yeah. So that'll be interesting.
You're a huge fan of Dazed and Confused, right?
Very big fan. Yeah. And then I want to see the Love trilogy. What did you call that?
The Devil 4 trilogy?
Yeah.
Dude,
I need to watch that. Yeah.
Dude, those movies are incredible.
Yeah.
Next, Luca, our boy, Luca Guadagnino.
Okay, yeah.
He's still on a roll.
Okay.
His next movie is called After the Hunt.
Okay.
It's about a college professor that finds herself at a personal and professional crossroads when a star pupil levels an accusation against one of her colleagues.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of this. Just a little tad bit of info. At the beginning of every year, I subscribe to, we have Draft House passes, which Draft House is a local theater here in San Antonio and in Austin and all over. But before each year, they send out an email asking what we liked from last year and what we're looking forward to from this year. And so what I do is I don't like read the summaries and all that, but I add all the names to my watch list. So I've probably like, these are probably on my watch list right now. I just don't know a thing about them. So, but that one sounds familiar.
Yeah. Julia Roberts.
Okay.
Ayo Edeberry. And Andrew Garfield.
Dude, banger cast. Ayo is on a roll right now.
She is. Yeah.
Her recent one, Opus, is interesting. Yeah.
All right. So that's some big names if they do come out this year. I mean, that's already crazy. Del Toro, Linklater, Guadagnino.
That's pretty good.
Let's keep it going. There's a remake of an 80s movie, an action movie called The Running Man. I don't think either of us have seen it. It was an Arnold movie back then.
Okay.
This one is going to be starring Glenn Powell, our boy. It has Josh Brolin
popping right now.
Yeah, Josh Brolin is in it as well. Directed by Edgar Wright.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's about, I don't know, action stuff.
Okay. I didn't like. It's funny because I looked up like a little bit of stuff and I didn't see any of these movies, and all these directors are like names.
I have to do some
decent
digging.
Names. And of course, we don't know if these are going to come out this year, right?
On Letterboxd, they're listed for 2025.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
So
that's good.
Next, I'm a big fan of Akira Kurosawa. For cinephiles, that's like a very obvious name. I'm sure you've heard me talk about Kurosawa.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
One of the best filmmakers of all time. He made this film called High and Low. Spike Lee is doing a remake of that film called Highest to Lowest.
Okay.
And listen to this cast for the remake of this crime thriller. A$AP Rocky.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Okay. You got me.
I'm not done yet. Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
And I'm going to move down a little bit. Ice Spice.
Ice Spice. Okay. So 2 rappers.
Yes.
Okay.
Spike Lee is a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
I don't like remakes. And this is an interesting cast, but we'll just see.
The name alone sounds like it's gonna be cringe.
Highest to lowest.
I can't imagine A$AP Rocky and Ice Spice are good actors, but who knows?
We'll see.
What's the football player that acts recently? Have you seen Marshawn Lynch?
Yeah,
he's been in like 2 movies, and he's actually like not bad. So that we could be surprised.
We could. So that's there. You sent this in the chat. Happy Gilmore 2.
Dude, hey here, bro. Should have been on my list. I debated on adding this. I know it's gonna be crap. But Adam Sandler just took the bag. But it's Happy Gilmore.
It's a note. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Darren Aronofsky. I'm a huge fan of Aronofsky films. He did The Whale.
Okay.
Yeah. Black Swan and Requiem for a Dream are 2 of my favorite films of all time. His next film is called Caught Stealing, starring Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, and Regina King. So
okay.
That's one to know.
What can you give me a synopsis of that?
Yeah, it says Hank Thompson, a burned-out former baseball player, is unwittingly plunged into a wild fight for survival in the downtown criminal underworld of 90s New York City.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, Austin Butler and Aronofsky sounds like a great pairing. So, I mean, Austin Butler is very transformative, and Aronofsky likes to push it. So, we'll see how that goes. I think you've heard of this one, The Smashing Machine.
Yes, I
with
have.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt's in it as well, directed by Benny Safdie.
Okay. Who did the Uncut Gems, or one, right? He's one of the brothers.
Yeah. You're thinking of Good Time.
Okay.
He was in Uncut Gems as well, and he was in Oppenheimer.
He was in Oppenheimer. Okay. Who did he play?
I don't know if the name will click for you, but he played Edward Teller. Here, I'll just show you a picture of him.
Okay. Yeah.
That's him.
Oh, dude, I like him.
Yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a shame that the Safdie brothers don't seem to be working together anymore, because they worked on like Good Time in those movies together. This is just Benny working on The Smashing Machine.
Interesting. Do you know anything about that?
No, I just heard that they just stopped working together.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'll text them. We'll see.
Yeah.
This is, I've heard people coining this as like Dwayne The Rock Johnson trying to go on his run of like, actually, I am good at acting.
Good movie. Yeah. Between that and then, like the rumor recently about the Hawaiian film.
Yeah, with Scorsese.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's trying to do like, actually, I am good at this.
I'd love to see him like actually try.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not that he actually doesn't try, but what do you think is The Rock's? What's the best role that you've seen The Rock in?
That's a difficult question.
I think Daddy Daycare too. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know what I could name.
Yeah.
Because They're all like the same kind of role,
Sure.
so I'm not sure. Obviously, you could see here in the set photos.
Looks
he's
pretty
looking
cool.
different, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
Whoa, he looks way different.
Yeah, he's got some prosthetics on there. So we already mentioned Michael. Did you see a Black Phone?
Black Phone? No, I did not. No, I didn't.
Black Phone with Ethan Hawke, the horror film,
Mm-mm.
directed by Scott Derrickson.
Mm-mm. What year did that come out?
Oh, it was a few years ago.
Then
Yeah.
definitely not.
Okay. Yeah, that's getting a sequel. So horror fans
Okay.
out there will be looking forward
What's
to
that one called?
Black Phone 2.
Oh, really? Very creative.
Celine Song, our gal, who made
doing-
Past Lives.
Yeah.
Materialists.
Okay.
Starring Dakota Johnson and Chris Evans with Pedro Pascal.
Okay. I think I saw a trailer for that. For listeners that don't know, I like to arrive 15 minutes late to all my movie showings because I don't like to watch trailers. But occasionally, my girlfriend makes me go early, and we do see some trailers, and that one sounds familiar.
So you saw maybe some material there for Materialists.
Yeah.
It seems like another love triangle film.
Really? Another one?
A young, ambitious New York City matchmaker finds herself torn between the perfect match and her imperfect ex.
Interesting. So that sounds like Past Lives a little bit.
Kind of, yeah.
What else has Celine Song done? other than Past
I've
Lives?
only seen her do Past Lives.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that was her debut.
That was a banger.
Yeah.
And she's an Asian lady, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She's Korean and Canadian.
Okay.
Next up, we're getting a little juicy now. Eddington, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal, Emma Stone, Austin Butler, in Ari Aster's next film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a comedy, horror, mystery, western.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
How did you find Beau is Afraid?
I did not.
Oh,
like
you
it.
did?
I hated it.
You hated it, right?
Yeah. I that was one of my worst movies of 2023.
Uh-huh.
I think I gave it. Yeah, it was rough.
Mm-hmm.
Is that in the same vein? Is that what you're, or you just mean because it's his
Yeah,
prior
this is his
work?
last
Yeah.
project. I mean, obviously, him and Phoenix are collaborating again
Yeah.
here. That seems like a good match.
What did you think of Beau, or did you watch it?
I didn't get to see it.
Okay.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
You might love it.
Yeah.
Like you might actually.
I'm expecting it to be like really wild and abstract and
It is. Yeah.
like, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is one of my this has to be in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
One battle after another, the next Paul Thomas Anderson film.
Okay.
Did you see any of the material for this?
didn't.
The trailer was recently released on Leonardo DiCaprio's YouTube account.
Okay.
It's gonna be an action, like a crime action comedy,
Okay.
which is crazy because I know you haven't seen any of PTA's films, but this guy's known for slow, lengthy, deeply dramatic, like period pieces and character studies. Like he did There Will Be Blood, which is like a 3-hour long study on capitalism and religion and all
I'm
this
trying to
stuff.
see that one.
Yeah, and these are like movies that take themselves seriously. They have their humor in them.
Yeah.
But I anticipate that this movie is going to be a huge shift in terms of like career and choice, because I was watching the trailer and it just looked like hilarious, and it's just like just balls to the wall action comedy.
And Leo is in it. I'm assuming is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I mean, just for PTA alone,
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. He's one of my favorite directors.
Yeah.
I am curious to see how like this genre will pan out.
Yeah.
I would love to see one that's like more close to what he usually does, but I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, this one coming up, Marty Supreme by Josh Safdie.
Okay. The other Safdie brother.
Yeah, so that's interesting. They're both working on like biopic adjacent stuff.
They're definitely beefing over a girl. Or I don't know if they're married, but
This one is starring Timothée Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, and also Tyler, the Creator's in it.
really,
Yeah, there's some
Okay.
set photos released of Tyler.
So a lot of rappers acting this year. I see. Okay.
This one's like, it's based on a true person, but it's fictional.
Okay.
Marty Mauser, a young man with a dream no one respects, goes to hell and back in pursuit of greatness. So it's about like a ping pong player.
Okay. Oh, so you're gonna like this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like do you know which ping pong player it is?
I'm guessing it's that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marty.
That sounds interesting. They're just gonna be cranking it the whole movie.
Yeah,
Back and forth.
I'm looking forward to both Marty Supreme and The Smashing Machine coming out as like 2 movies directed by like either brother.
Imagine like a feud starts.
Hmm.
Oh,
It would be cool if they went head to head in a category in the Oscars.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
All right, now we're getting into some big boys.
Okay. Let's hear the big boys. Wow, those were all little boys.
It's just that we haven't heard much about them, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like we don't know
the
much.
names of actors were really big. I'm surprised I didn't hear about them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, 28 years later, directed by Danny Boyle. Did you see the trailer?
Yes. This was on my this was an honorable mention on my list.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, Richard. For Richard, a big fan of this series.
Friend of the pod.
Yeah, friend of the pod. I won't get too much into it, but the trailer was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It was shot on an iPhone.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
The movie or the trailer? Or both?
The movie or the trailer? They shot the movie on an iPhone. The trailer they shot with an Ari Alexa.
Yeah. the IMAX cams.
Dude, okay. Look at this cast.
Okay.
Jodie
Jodie Connor.
Ray Fiennes, baby.
That's crazy. Ray Fiennes. I'm excited for that.
Ray Fiennes, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Heck yeah.
The song for this trailer.
Yes.
Gas. Love it.
Yeah.
And have you seen 28 Days Later?
I actually haven't.
Okay. And isn't there one before or no? Is that
Yeah, I think there are a couple movies.
It's like days, years, months.
I think there's like 28 days and 28 weeks, I
Mhm.
want to say. Oh, look at that. There's hella.
Oh wow.
28
there's all of those.
28 days, 28 weeks later.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're like, are they well respected? Do you know?
I know at least the first one is like very well. Oh, it looks like there's only the 2 movies.
The other ones are like for the future or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is 28 weeks later looks like received fine.
Okay.
And then the first one was obviously well received.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
this is
Danny
gonna be
Boyle's back,
interesting.
written by Alex Garland. I'm very
Ooh,
excited for
Alex
this one.
Garland wrote
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told Richard about that, and he was like,
Yeah.
really hyped about that.
That's gonna be cool. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. So 28 years later, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm really hyped for it. The trailer was incredible.
It's creepy.
All right, next up. I'm excited for this one. Elijah is not excited for this one.
Okay.
Avatar 3, baby. Bring
Avatar
it on.
3.
James Cameron.
More
Take us home.
blue people. That's all we need this world.
Never doubt James Cameron, the
I'm
miracle
tired of
worker.
Big Blue, bro. We don't need Big Blue getting more movies in the
Avatar
cinema.
3, Fire and Ash. Bring it on, December. I'm here for it. 192 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm so excited for Avatar 3. I'm a big fan of the Avatar series.
Mhm.
Like, I remember watching Avatar as a kid, and it
Yeah.
was like one of my favorite movies. And then I love the Avatar ride in Disney World Animal Kingdom.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I remember like reading an almanac when I was a kid
Oh,
in like
yeah.
elementary school.
Almanac, like a physical almanac.
Yes.
Really.
About like you know, it's like a yearly almanac, right? And it
Yeah.
was listing movies coming up.
Mhm.
And it was like this almanac was like something that I read a decade ago.
Yeah.
And it said Avatar 2. And I was like, what? They're working on a sequel?
Uh-huh.
And I was so excited. And then every year went by and it never
Never
came
came
out.
out,
Like,
yeah.
never came out.
Yeah.
So when it was finally coming out, I was so
You were
excited.
hyped.
Yeah. I saw it in 3D with my friends.
Yeah.
And it was like such a blast for me
Yeah.
that the very next morning I watched the first screening. It was like, I
Really?
think 10 in the morning.
Yeah. Who did you see with?
I saw it with Cristiano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good. Yeah. I'm not an actual hater of
Oh, yeah.
Avatar. I just don't need a third one
Yeah.
to be honest.
Mhm.
But similarly, I have a story like whenever my introduction to Avatar was my uncle James. I stayed at my aunt and uncle's house for the night, and my uncle James turned on a movie because I was like bored. So he's like, "Oh yeah, come here, let me show you a movie." So he turned on Avatar, and for some reason my aunt got pissed at him because she thought there was like bad stuff in it, which I don't remember. Is there for like, let's say like a 7-year-old?
There's action in it, but otherwise, no.
That's it. Okay, like
Yeah.
I guess people like blowing up and guns and all that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But she was like pissed. I thought it was so funny that she was mad that he was showing us a movie about blue people.
Yeah, because it's pretty kid friendly in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's just like people dying.
Or maybe she didn't like the progressive climate change friendly.
It's like, why are you
liberal
brainwashing
agenda
my
there.
kid?
The kid.
Yeah.
So fire and ash. So we did land, we did water, and now we're doing fire.
I'm guessing so.
Next is wind. I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Then we got the
There are interesting titles. I think the next one's called The Seed Bearer or something like that.
sea bear. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's gonna be good. That's if James Cameron can make it that long.
Let's see. Next, F1. Brad Pitt, Joseph Kosinski,
Yeah.
director of Top Gun Maverick. So that's just like seems like it's gonna be a blast, like a
Yeah,
summer blockbuster.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
big fun movie.
I'm excited. F1 has had like a really big rise in interest, like in the U.S. I don't know if you know, but last year it was in Vegas, and so
yeah.
it's like they ripped up Vegas for it. It has good traction behind it. I think that's going to be probably one of the biggest of the summer.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that just dominated at the box office. And it seems to be an original film, so looks good. All right, this I'm very excited for. I'm pretty sure this will be a lock for my top 5. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Okay.
Let's go, Tom Cruise.
You excited about that one?
Take us home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what happened to... So, originally, the one that came out last year, or I think it was 23, was the Dead Reckoning Part 1,
yes.
if I remember right. And this is just called The Final... Okay. So, they just took off the Part 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Dead Reckoning, Final Reckoning.
They did kind of the same thing that Spider-Verse did, where where they announced that as a Part 1 and marketed it as a Part 1. So that it was understood that it was half of a story. But then after it was released, they removed the Part 1, then just made it Dead Reckoning. Even though the poster says Part 1.
Really?
Yeah, it's...
Do you think that was intentional? Like, before they released it as Part 1, they knew that they were going to change it?
I have a feeling so, because even, like, they did this for Avengers Infinity War as well. Like, it was going to be Part 1, Part 2. Yeah, it wasn't originally called Endgame, unless I'm mistaken.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's definitely an interesting tactic, because in my head, I was just thinking they like... Originally, I heard that they weren't going to make a Part 2, that they released Part 1, and remember it came out on the same weekend as Oppenheimer, or no, sorry, 1 weekend before Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And all the IMAX screens were taken up by Oppenheimer, so it didn't do as well as they were hoping. Yeah. I thought Part 2 got canceled, but...
Yeah. I don't know if that's intentional. I couldn't tell you. Maybe I'll ask them.
Yeah.
But
ask old Tommy boy.
I think it makes sense because it prepares the audience for like, oh, it's like half.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. They didn't do that for Wicked. No, it was just released as Wicked. It wasn't released as Wicked Part 1.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't know.
The interesting thing about Wicked is whenever obviously it was just called Wicked, but then when the movie comes on, it like the big screen says Wicked Part 1.
There
so
you
it's
go.
like, yeah.
Yeah. So half movies have been a big trend over the past few years.
Yeah.
Wicked. Speaking of that, Wicked for Good.
Excited. This was an honorable mention, about to be in my top 5. Very excited for this one. Wicked was in my top 10 or maybe even top 5 of 2024. Very excited about this one. I'm excited to see if Ariana can do better, because I didn't like her in
You didn't
Wicked.
like her in Wicked Part 1?
I thought she was fine. Her vocals were... I didn't like it. I didn't like her vocals specifically. Her acting was fine. I didn't like her vocals. The other girl was amazing, the green girl.
The green girl.
I'm very excited for this one.
Over the course of Wicked Part 1, like Ariana Grande really grew on me. Like I thought she actually did. She did great. Yeah. Anyhow, we'll see how they do in the second one. So that's one to note.
And it's called For Good, if I remember.
Yeah,
right.
Wicked for Good.
Okay.
And then our last two here, the two superhero films battling it out this summer: Superman, James Gunn, and the Fantastic Four: First Steps, Matt Shakman. Which one are you more hyped for?
Definitely Fantastic Four. I know a little bit more about it. Cast looks banger. I don't know anything about the Superman one. So tell me more about that.
So there's obviously like a big history with the Superman films in terms of cinema. The last rendition was Zack Snyder, which was very divisive. There are some people that love Zack Snyder and his vision. Obviously there was some studio meddling kind of conflicts there that happened with his trilogy. People some people wish that Zack Snyder was able to really flesh out his version of the universe, but he's gone. Now it's James Gunn heading up all of DC projects. This version is seemingly a lot more lighthearted. Zack Snyder took the DC universe in a very dark, gritty direction. This one seems to be lighter, more comic booky. Have you seen the material for it, the marketing material?
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's like you could tell with the costume design, it's like much more faithful to the comic books.
Okay.
A lot goofier, and I don't know. We'll see how it fares.
What year did Zack Snyder's Superman come out?
2012, I believe.
2012. Okay, and you say his trilogy. Did he get to do a trilogy, or was it just a one?
Well, it's like we call it like a quote unquote trilogy, like his Superman trilogy, because it's Man of Steel, then Batman v Superman, then Justice League, which is kind of like a trilogy following like a story of Batman.
Sure.
Right? Or sorry, Superman. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Because I'm not gonna lie, I have very little experience with DC films.
Yeah.
I have much more experience with Marvel films. I've never really liked DC like that much. I'm interested to see the direction that James Gunn is going to take it. And remind me, is James Gunn the one that got fired from Marvel for something bad, or did he just leave and like he said, I'm going to go do it myself?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I don't think he was he was fired. I remember there was some stuff like that on the internet talking
Controversy.
about with the Twitter tweets stuff like that. All I know now is that he's heading up DC's, hopping over to
That's
Warner
gonna be
Brothers.
cool. I'm really excited. What else does DC have in the pipeline? Do you know anything else?
I mean, clearly, like James Gunn has this whole new vision for those films. Separate from his DC universe, Batman 2 is coming out.
Batman 2? Okay, with who?
Or Pattinson.
Pattinson. Yeah, dude, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I think that's in 27.
Okay,
so still a couple of years away.
Wow.
But yeah, and then Fantastic Four: First Steps. I thought the trailer was great.
Yes,
I'm excited.
I'm excited for. Can you name the four people? I know Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, so it's Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Ebon Moss Backrack as the thing.
Can I see the pictures real quick?
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Ebon Moss. He was in The Bear.
Yeah.
Great performance. I'm a fan of his like acting style, and so I'm interested to see how that's going to translate to more of like a superhero, like trashy comic stuff. But I'm really excited for this.
Personally, I'm really excited for Ralph Ineson. He was in The Witch, which is a Robert Eggers film, a horror movie.
Okay. Yeah.
I freaking love this guy. I think he's underrated. He's a great actor.
He's in Guardians.
Just the one. Yeah.
Just the first one.
Yeah, I think he's a fantastic actor. I always love when he shows up in movies, and he's playing Galactus, so that'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
And then before we get to our number one most anticipated, the Goldfish Boys, let's try to. Should we do a separate list or try to compromise and agree on like the Goldfish Boys top 5 anticipated? Where do you think we should go?
I think we should compromise and dude, maybe we could like write it out.
Write it out. Yeah,
you want to do it? Okay.
Flip around the easel. Oh wait,
is it a whiteboard? Here, no. We'll just
erase. Yeah, go ahead.
They know the episode by now.
Yeah.
We'll make it right here on this chalkboard that our podcast listeners will love.
So while you do that erasing, let's throw out some candidates.
Okay.
I think Wake Up Dead Man is surely going to be on it.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
Bro, just erase that whole thing, bro. What are we
Should we do it there?
Yeah.
Okay, erase the whole thing. Okay. Yes, I agree. I think that definitely is going to be somewhere on there. I think our number one, which we haven't revealed yet, is going to be on there.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
What other prospects do we have?
I think so. Wake Up Dead Man, we'll say is like probably lock.
Okay.
Let's throw out some more.
Yeah.
Avatar, Fire, and Ash, I'm willing to sideline.
Okay. I'm not like opposed to it to where I won't put on the list. What do you think about 28 years later being on the list?
I think that's a contender.
Yeah. Okay.
Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning.
Okay.
For me, that's like really high up there. How about for you?
I'm not gonna lie, it's not. But I'm willing to compromise. We're two nice guys, you know.
All right. What about One Battle After Another? The PTA.
I'd be down to.
You're willing to put that there? Okay. Because that one is like, if we don't have it on there, that's just unacceptable.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bar the other ones. Yeah. This one has to be on. It's PTA.
Yeah.
You haven't seen a single one?
I haven't.
Maybe we need to do a PTA deep dive before this comes out.
Yeah.
Like some prep.
That'd be fun. And remind me, what's the storyline of that?
So One Battle After Another. I'll just read the synopsis.
Yeah.
Listen to how funny this is. When their evil nemesis resurfaces after 16 years, a band of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this thing looks hilarious.
That looks great.
Yeah.
How
PTA.
do you feel about the other two on my top 5 was Ballerina and Michael? How do you feel about either of those? I don't feel like Michael is good enough to make the list. Ballerina?
I think we could cut Michael. Ballerina, I'm not going to lie. It's like nowhere near my top 5. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
How about, do you have any other ones?
Just give your suggestions.
Okay. The ones that we did share though are Wake Up Dead Man. I'm willing to put the number one.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
I want that on our
Yeah, because I think that's just like, that's us.
Yeah, for sure. That's us. That's us. Okay.
That has to be number 1.
Okay,
and this is good. We have.
Wait, you want that to be number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm totally down.
Yeah.
I did not think that you were gonna let that be number 1.
Oh no, I'm in.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Cool.
It's gotta be number 1.
Cool,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
There's so many reasons why it's number 1, and we'll get into it when we get there.
Okay.
But
so we got the Dead Man Walking. We got that. We got let's put the PTA one on there. I think is a contender.
Yeah.
We got 2 more slots.
Okay. This is rough. Okay. Do we want to lock Final Reckoning? Or is that just we'll throw it in the hat or whatever? Throw it in the ring.
I'm totally down for that being on the bottom half of the list.
Sounds good.
I'm down for that.
Okay, so we have our number 1.
Yeah.
Wake Up Dead Man versus One Battle After Another. Which one are we more hyped for?
I'm more hyped for the Knives Out one, but that's just because I'm familiar with the franchise.
I think I'm willing to put that at 2.
Okay, I'm down for that.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, because that one is like that has a history. Like we've been watching like those
Sure.
films, and Ryan Johnson is just
Yeah.
such a great writer.
Very excited.
I'm excited. Okay, other contenders. Oh, here I'll show
Yeah,
the
let's
list here.
look at it.
28 Years Later.
Okay,
That one's strong.
that would be on my top 5. Like
Okay.
I really like that. As I said, that was an honorable mention for me.
Obviously, these down here that I was hitting earlier on in the episode, I hit them earlier on. Can you hold this real quick?
Yeah.
I hit them earlier on because they're like obviously big name directors.
Sure.
And like there's a very good chance they'll like wipe these other ones that we're mentioning.
Sure.
But just that there's such little information that's come out.
we just don't know.
I don't really know.
about it.
I don't even know if they're coming out this year.
For
So,
sure. To me, I think like with both of our tastes, I think 28 Years Later would be a good put on the list.
Okay.
So that leaves us one more slot.
Interesting. So our 4 right now is The One,
Yeah, the one.
and then we'll agree with PTA,
Okay, yeah.
Mission Impossible,
Yep. And Dead Man
Wake Up
Walking.
Dead Man.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wake Up Dead Man. So we got
our
one more.
last slot. And then once we finalize our 5, or we could even finalize 6.
Sure.
Then we'll
Yeah,
just
right
throw them
out.
on there.
I think Happy Gilmore has to be.
It's not going
a
on
lock.
there.
No, I'm kidding. Let me spit
look.
out some candidates just for me.
Okay.
I'm interested in putting Frankenstein on there.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm interested in putting. This is the Dead Man, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I am interested in putting.
Do you want to start focusing on cuts?
Sure.
So I think F1 I think I'll like, but it's not
Yeah, I agree.
most anticipated. Let's see here. Black Phone 2, I'm not super hyped for it. Okay. Cool cut. Gilmore.
Materialist is like piques my interest.
I think it would maybe be in the top 10 just for
10,
Celine
yeah,
song, but
sure.
I'm not
yeah,
sure.
just for her. Yeah, essentially.
Um,
Highest to lowest is I'm not. That's not on mine. What do you think? No.
It's not that I don't like Spike Lee and don't
Yeah.
like that like A$AP Rocky and Denzel are about
Yeah.
to star in this thing, but
It's nothing to do
It's a
with like
remake.
the ethnic like makeup.
like
of
I'm not
the
racist.
cast.
Yeah. The 2 Safdie pictures. Oh man, Marty Supreme. I've seen some photos of it. It looks
Yeah.
good, man. But
I would be really interested in that, especially because of the ping pong aspect. Because
Yeah.
we share a love for ping pong.
yeah,
I would be totally interested in that, and then I'm interested. Is this the one?
what are you looking for?
I'm interested in this.
This fashion machine.
I'm just really interested to see him in like an interesting.
Those
role.
2 Safdie pictures do look really. They're like, I don't know if they're locked for 5.
Yeah.
But like they're both competing there.
Sure.
For me, more so Marty Supreme though.
Yeah, me too. I
Interesting.
would be down to put that. Any other thoughts? I think like I know you're high on Avatar. I'd be
Yeah.
willing to put that on there.
I'm willing to cut it since it's like I have a strong relationship and then you have like pretty much no relationship,
Sure.
so it kind of
Okay.
middles out to eh.
Yeah. Then I think we've gone through most of them.
Okay.
This one is really intriguing, but I wouldn't put it on my top 5. I
Yeah,
don't
the Linklater film.
Yes, the Linklater film.
agree.
Yeah.
It's tough. Let's see
Yeah.
here.
The other thing is we don't have a superhero movie on there.
Yeah,
These
these
two-
these like 3 blockbusters: Wicked for Good, Superman,
Yeah,
and
Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four. Which one are you most excited for there?
Definitely most excited for Fantastic Four.
Over
but-
Wicked? You're a huge fan of Wicked.
I am. Both of them look actually, dude. All 3 of them really excite me. The only reason I'm excited for Fantastic Four is because the cast just looks so good.
Yeah, it's tough. I want to put Wicked for Good on there. It's just that
Yeah.
I don't know anything about
Yeah.
that, so I don't know.
We
It's
know more
rough.
about Fantastic Four than we do
Yeah.
Wicked. Yeah.
So maybe we will do for the like bottom because I feel like we have our top kind of locked.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm willing to throw Marty Supreme in there.
Yeah.
And then honestly, Superman is not super high for me.
Yeah.
How about for you?
Me either. I'm not like super high on that. I think.
It's funny that your girlfriend.
I just saw that.
Reading the notification of your girlfriend text.
Superman is not as high as Fantastic Four is for me.
Same. Eve, quiet. All right. Wicked for Good, Fantastic Four. I think that's probably like fighting for the 6,
Yeah.
7 spots.
Yeah.
Do you want
We'll
us
cut
to?
those.
Okay. For 1, we know what it is. We'll
Yeah.
just,
Wait, should we do that? Yeah.
That's last.
Yeah, last for sure.
Okay. 2, I think Wake Up Dead Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
In. Down.
3,
Yeah.
Mission Impossible.
Down.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
do that because I
Okay.
think we have our top 3. So we'll
Yeah.
do like
Dead Man.
Wake Up Dead Man, Wake Up Dead
Yeah.
Man.
Love it.
Okay, then we have
3.
Am
Final
I?
Black Rating. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, 4.
So we're between Marty Supreme and 28 years
28.
later. I would put. Oh man, dude, but I'm excited for both those.
they both
I'm
look
more
ass.
excited for 28.
I think 28
Yeah,
should go.
and then Marty Supreme. This is an interesting list because like this is definitely not the films that are going to be on like the Oscars, like the top 10 and stuff. This is just
it's funny we picked all franchises.
yeah.
I went through like 12 like auteur
films,
movies.
yeah.
And but like M.I. That's my
Yeah.
favorite franchise of all time. Period.
Sure.
Wake Up Dead Man. Ryan Johnson's one of my favorite directors to come out of the 2010s.
Yeah.
28 years later, I'm really excited for it just from the fact of like that's probably one of the best trailers I've seen ever.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Really good. Yeah.
And it really excites me how excited Richard is for it.
Yeah.
Alex Garland is one of my favorite
Yeah.
filmmakers,
Yeah.
so it's got to go there.
I mean, even though these are franchise films, like these are like creative, artistic franchise films. These aren't just like crappy. You know what I mean?
We're forgetting one.
Yeah.
One battle after another. I feel like that's got to go 5.
Oh, over Marty.
That's got to be our like. That's our like auteur movie.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that.
So one battle
Yeah.
after another,
After another. There we are.
and then
Okay.
our
One.
number one pick. I'm thinking I
Yeah.
do the first half and then you do the second half.
Okay.
Okay. Our most anticipated film of 2025.
Yes, sir.
Anticipated to be one of the greatest films ever made.
Ever made.
The film is Now You See Me.
Now you don't.
Sheesh.
It's gonna be a banger. Me and Seth, these films hold a special place in our heart. I'll just say me first. Like I just grew up as a kid while watching this. I think I heard you say this the other night, but it's like it's so crazy that these films were even made because of how strong the cast is.
Yeah.
And how like niche the topic is.
It's such a wild concept.
Growing up as a kid, I was really into like magician stuff, like sleight of hands, and these films are like the most like when I think of a movie from when I was a kid, I probably think of the throwing card scene.
Yeah.
Like that's the
In
scene
the
I
first
think
one
of,
where
yeah.
it's Dave Franco throwing the
Yeah.
cards and it's on fire.
That's literally when I think of a movie as a kid, I think of that scene.
Yeah. Oh man, I remember I loved Now You See Me and
Yeah.
Now You See Me Too when I was a kid, and I rewatched those movies for my 21st birthday. Like I rewatched, to celebrate my 21st
Really?
birthday.
That's
I
banging.
fired up Now You See Me with my brother.
Yeah. and I bet you had just as much fun as you did when you were
hell yeah.
7.
It was a blast. I don't think these movies are like particularly very good.
Yeah.
But they're just so much damn fun, and they're
Yeah.
clearly just like throwing ideas at the wall.
It's so fun.
It's like Ocean's 11 meets the Illuminati meets like I don't know, like Pirates of the Caribbean in terms of like that kind of weird humor that's
Sure.
like very staged.
It's just a blast.
It's insane to me that like someone pitched like these are street magicians that are also thieves that join the Illuminati to rob billionaires.
Yeah.
They're like, okay.
Like what? I mean, you know me. I also love like commentary on stuff.
Yeah.
And like the whole like elite classist thing.
Yeah.
As like a kid, I was like, that's so cool. That's really
You were
cool.
inspired by
I was inspired
Daniel
by it.
Atlas.
I also think that I think that whenever I rewatched it, you said you rewatched when you were 21. I rewatched like a year ago, and my full-grown adult friends, we made a fort. Like we built a fort so we could just like.
Oh, was that in the main building at church?
Yeah. At our church, we built a fort and watched this movie just because there's something about like the reminiscence of it as like a child that's so special. So
Yeah.
And then you were also saying that you're so glad they finally used this title.
Yes.
Because
They could have titled the second film Now You Don't.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why? Like, everyone on the internet's mad about this.
come on, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and the fact that there's actually gonna be a movie now called
Yeah.
Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yeah.
Like it's finally happening. It's here.
It's finally happening.
We're eating.
So, okay, Seth, what do you think about, okay, for the viewers that don't know, I started watching movies in 2022, so anything before that, I haven't really seen. However, anything that came out in 2022 on, I've pretty much seen everything. So how do you think that this compares to our last 3 years of films?
Oh, like this list?
Let's just say the stuff that we've talked about.
Okay, that's a very good question because I was gonna try to open the episode up with that,
Yeah.
but I wanted to like just get into the list.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I think something that has been dominating the discourse as far as 2025 and movies that have been announced for the upcoming years is that there's a concerning amount of like sequel content and IP content. It's actually like insane. Like we've talked about this and like, oh man, we're oversaturated with all these like franchise stuff. Now we're actually in it where it's like literally all franchise cap.
Hence
Hence the list. But also like there are so many movies where it's like we're getting like Toy Story 5 and like Shrek whatever, and it's
sequels that we don't need.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually insane. Like I wish I could like list them all off my head, but the list is like insanely large as far as just the sequel content. That's obviously one of the main drivers. Obviously, we're in the post SAG-AFTRA strike kind of. We're seeing the fallouts of that in 2024, and then continuing on through 2025. There are still some names. Hopefully, we're gonna continue to get new directors.
Yeah,
it looks like Celine Song is gonna be here, an emergent from this decade.
To stay,
yeah. The Safdies, hopefully they keep working.
Yeah.
And then also still some old names like PTA.
I have to say I'm excited. Like I'm glad that you brought the auteur films because when I see when I see like a movie on the Draft House app,
Yeah.
it excites me when it's original content that like is original and it looks intriguing. Like I'm not excited whenever I see like not necessarily from our list, but I'm not excited when I see like Moana 7. Like the things that you said with like the Safdie brothers and all that excites me.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I think we could go down some honorable mentions. Marty Supreme is definitely the next one. Ironically, Avatar 3. Like after our whole discussion of love for auteurs. Luca always. Luca, Linklater, like those are names that we both love.
Yeah.
And anyone else here or anything else sticks out to you here on this list?
Yeah, not particularly. I think it's so, especially I guess 2023 more so. We had like the Nolan and Scorsese drops. I feel like that we've talked about before how that was an incredible like year for movies, and 2024 like wasn't as strong, but I still feel like we had some like heavy hitters. With Dune and that stuff.
I think we definitely think a lot higher 2024. I think the consensus on it is that the year sucked, actually.
Really?
Yes, because it's especially after 2023, that was a miracle year.
Yeah.
I mean, the story of that for, like, as far as the context of the decade is that you have, like, post-COVID, movies are struggling.
Yeah.
There's all this controversy with streaming and what the hell are we doing at the box office. 2023 was, like, a huge moment for cinema because of Barbenheimer, where it was the first time that movies were at the center of the culture after a long while, right? I think the last time that we felt that kind of presence was probably like Spider-Man No Way Home.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Where like everyone was talking about
cinema experience.
Yes. That's one huge thing that I love about movies. And Barbenheimer did that. Where it's like people are showing up in like the Barbie costumes and people are talking about, are you going to watch Oppenheimer? Are you going to watch Barbie? Are you going to watch them in the same day? Which order?
Yeah.
That was just a fun
I mean, you got me cross-dressing.
Yeah. So you have Oppenheimer, and then you have the huge swing in auteur movies, like we mentioned, Nolan, Scorsese. That was like a miraculous year. And then you're followed up with 2024, where Furiosa is losing to Garfield at the box office.
Sure.
Real bummer.
Yeah. It's interesting because, like, where I was going with it was I think, like, this year's, even compared to last year, the names of like auteur films are like even less big hitters. Like that's how I saw it. Even even though we have like I guess James Cameron, right? But like last year with
Villeneuve, yeah,
and then also Furiosa,
Miller,
yeah, and then so was Civil War last year?
Yes.
So also like Garland, and I know he wrote a film but didn't direct for. That was on our list, right? Or did he direct it too?
He wrote 28 Years Later.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So. Even in my mind, compared to last year, these are even smaller like names, and it doesn't feel like we're gonna even have a stronger year. Of course, there's always gonna be the films that like pop up there like as breakouts, and hopefully it's like these are great films. But in the overall arcing of the films, it seems like even like a less year,
even lower. Yeah. It's interesting because we did get like these huge events, like Megalopolis was a huge event like for us, right?
Yeah.
Even though I looked over, you're like falling asleep for 45 minutes, and
that's a weird movie.
Yeah. But I mean, if you think about what dominated last year, I mean, it's like Anora, Sean Baker. That's like not a very mainstream. Like doesn't dominate. Like compared to that Best Picture winner, compared to Oppenheimer, like you can feel the dip.
Totally.
The Brutalist. It's like
like
because we're insane, so we're like Brutalist, but like no one in the mainstream really cares. Like Conclave, like these are the movies that dominated the year.
Yeah.
And like. I've heard people talking about how like these movies in other years are like 6th, 7th on the Best Picture list, and these are the ones winning.
Yeah.
So that's something to note, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
With 2025, I agree. The ones that we're looking at are like all franchise movies.
Yeah.
Look at us with Now You See Me 3 at the top of the list. But Now You See Me, Now You Don't, baby.
I guarantee you it's going to be a banger. I think right now we should just go ahead and knock out 2026 too. Nah, I'm just joking.
Let's get it in the next 2 minutes. What's it called? You want to... Let's go ahead and go over our list one more time.
Yeah.
So number 5, one battle after another.
Mm-hmm.
That's
PTA.
really exciting for me. If we finally get to see a PTA film in theaters...
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And I think your idea is great. We should probably do like a... like how many films does he have ish? Do you know?
Let's look. It's not obnoxious.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 9 feature films.
Okay.
So
that's doable.
We don't have to do like a full
Yeah.
series in the pod, but we should definitely hit a couple at least.
Sure. Definitely that there will be blood.
There Will Be Blood. I'm thinking Boogie Nights.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe we could hit like 4 or 5 at least.
sure. Yeah.
So just get a good idea of his career.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
28, our next thing on the list,
Yeah.
28 years later.
Yeah.
Bangers trailer. That's the most exciting thing. The sound. Boots.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Well, what did she say? Fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Boots. Yeah.
Gas, bro.
Yeah. Number 3, Mission Impossible. Seth is very excited for this one.
Wait. Hold up. Let's think about this.
Yeah.
Final Reckoning, I'm really excited for it because it's my favorite franchise.
Yeah.
But you didn't see any before Dead Reckoning 1, right?
None. I've never seen any Mission Impossible films.
Okay.
Should we do that?
How about 28 in comparison?
Definitely more excited.
More excited.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, cause I'm trying to see if we should
Flip 'em?
swap them.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
I say we leave it.
Leave it?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I am excited for it.
Okay.
And I meant to see Final Reckoning.
Yeah.
Dead Reckoning.
Uh-huh.
I meant to see it. I just didn't get
Oh,
around
wait.
to it.
You didn't see Dead Reckoning?
No.
You haven't seen a single...
No.
What are we doing on the pod?
I know, bro. We should go watch it right now. No, we should do all... Is there 10 Mission Impossible?
No.
How many is there?
This
7.
is going to be the 8th.
8th. Okay.
Yeah.
We could do... Okay, so we got to do some PTA. We got to do some Mission Impossible.
We have some prep this year.
I'm down to do all the Mission Impossibles.
Dude. They're so good.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're literally blockbuster action movies.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you disliking any
Sure.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I won't.
There's so much. And it's just every single movie, just Tom Cruise, like, risking his life
Yeah,
for cinema.
jumping over stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like
gonna be
climbing on Burj Khalifa, hanging on the side of planes. It's great. Did you know the stunt for Dead Reckoning Part 1? I can't believe you haven't seen it.
Do I know the stunt? No.
He, what's it called? Drives a motorcycle off a cliff, lets go, and then, like, just starts flying in the air.
Really? And where does he land?
You'll see in the movie.
Oh, spoiler! Spoiler!
All right, so we'll leave it. One battle after another.
Yeah.
PTA. 28 years later. Danny Boyle. Mission Impossible. The Final Reckoning. Number 2.
You got it.
Wake Up Dead Man. A
Banger.
Knives Out Mystery.
That one I don't need to rewatch those two because I'm pretty sure I've seen them like twice. Like,
Yeah.
fun movies.
Look, I wanted to mention the cast. Look at this. Daniel
Yeah.
Craig, obviously. Josh O'Connor
Yeah.
from Challengers.
Mm-hmm.
You got Glenn Close. Josh Brolin.
Who's that?
Josh Brolin played Thanos.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, him. Josh Brolin. Mila Kunis.
Yeah. I like her.
Jeremy Renner.
Really?
Yeah. You got Andrew Scott.
Okay.
You've got Kerry Washington, and then Kaylee Spaney.
Kaylee Spaney?
Yeah, she was in Priscilla and Alien Romulus, Civil
good,
War,
okay.
Goldfish
Yeah.
Boys, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame right there.
Yeah, she's. I think she's like, she's gonna start dominating.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
Look at that.
She looks fun.
filmography. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. I can't wait for that.
Yeah. So
And
that's
then
incredible.
the big dog of all.
Mm-hmm.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Whoop whoop.
And can we look at the cast for that?
Yeah.
Are all 4 of them returning?
The cast
Yeah.
is Jesse Eisenberg as J. Daniel Atlas. I love him in these movies.
Me too.
Like, he's so fun.
This is what. Okay, I like him in these movies as much as I should like the Social Network.
Wait, say that again?
I like him in these movies as much as I should like him in the Social
Oh,
Network. Because like
that's
I
funny.
love him in these
Like,
movies.
how his performance as Zuckerberg is like hailed as one of the best performances of the decade.
but I like this way more than
Dude,
that.
What I love about it is that it's so opposite of how he is in real life. Like, in real life, if you watch his interviews, he's like kind of
Yeah,
nervous and
yeah,
awkward, and then
yeah.
here he's like confident and
Sure.
like a douche.
Mm-hmm.
Woody Harrelson.
Yep.
Then, guess who's back? Isla Fisher from the first movie.
Oh really?
She's back. Yeah,
So they're gonna. Oh, really? Okay.
she's back.
Interesting.
No No Kaplan. No
Yeah.
what's her name? She's in the second one.
So that was the second one. Are they gonna?
Lizzie Kaplan.
Did they ever address like what happened
What do you mean?
in the why she wasn't in the second one?
I thought she got did she get eaten by piranha? Oh wait, no, that
she?
was the opening. I don't know. Oh wait, it was mentioned in the opening of Nice
Was
to
it?
Meet too.
Okay.
I
They had
don't
to do some work
exactly
there.
remember.
Oh,
She was
hopefully she
written
didn't
out.
die.
No, she didn't die, but
Okay.
she was written out.
Gotcha. And then that new girl came in.
Yeah, she's not gonna be in this one.
Okay. So then they'll have to address that too.
Dave Franco.
Yep.
Back as Jack Wilder.
Dude, I love Dave Franco.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Franco brothers, big fan. I love the Francos, bro.
That's funny. Morgan Freeman as Thaddeus
He's back.
Bradley,
Yes.
and then of course Mark Ruffalo as
Amazing.
Dylan Rhodes. I think he has a weird role in these movies.
Really weird.
It's like
Very
is he the
strange.
lead? Is he the I don't know.
Yeah, we just don't know.
Because when you watch Now You See Me 1 and 2, he
Yeah.
kind of feels like the lead in a way.
In a way.
I don't know.
Yeah, because he's like,
Interesting.
yeah. Eisenberg doesn't feel like the lead because he's just on par with the other four, and we for some reason are following Ruffalo,
Yeah.
even though he's not the lead. I know he's like a really famous actor, the butler in the Batman.
The butler in the
Who's
Batman
in it?
is Oh wait, are you thinking of Morgan Freeman?
No.
Are you thinking of Michael Caine?
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
in The Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he's not in this, right?
He's not listed on here.
Okay. Now, was he in the first two or only one of them? Do you remember? Because he was
He was definitely
in
in both.
both. Yeah.
Because remember, when Harry Potter tries to go after them,
Yeah.
he's his adopted son.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
Harry
he's like a core part of those first two movies for me, like him being there. And I remember no spoilers, but I remember at the end of the second one, he's like on the plane, or was it the first one?
That was.
When they faked the plane thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that?
I guess they're both in prison, so they're not.
That's right.
They're not in this movie.
Yeah.
Unless Harry Potter does come back. I like that they, combine those franchises.
I like that.
Like Harry Potter
That was
becomes after he graduates from Hogwarts.
Yeah.
He becomes a tech billionaire off
Yeah.
the grid.
I mean,
It's a good way to
creative.
take the character.
Yeah. AI can't write that.
Harry Potter. Now You See Me double feature. All right, I'm really satisfied with this list.
Me too. I think this is great. I think I really got a good handle on what's coming out this next year. Viewers, let us know what you are excited for. If we missed any, if you think any of our opinions were crap, let us know. We're getting some good comments on YouTube and TikTok, including I think we talked about it last episode, our first hate comment. But
Yeah.
we're getting some good stuff on TikTok. So thanks for that stuff.
Yeah, thanks everyone for the engagement. Elijah's about to head out to watch a championship game.
The March Madness championship game. Very excited.
That Houston game was wild.
Very crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Who you got tonight?
Definitely Houston.
Houston, baby.
Yep, I actually need to win. I need Houston to win because I need the money to replace the money that I bought with the tickets. If not, I'll be in the hole. I might have to start taking from the Goldfish Boys budget.
You might have to start using the company card.
Yeah, I might have to resell the Goldfish. That's not gonna be good.
All right, that's it for this episode.
Goldfish.
Boys.
See you later.
Thank you for listening.